Second half offensively, just I think 22, 23 points. What kind of broke down there? I mean, obviously they ratcheted up the pressure, but was it a case of just not being able to execute the way you would have liked?
Yeah, we looked so tired that whole game tonight. That was a really frustrating game to watch from my point of view. I'm sure Sydney disagree with that. We just didn't execute nearly as well as what I think a lot of credit needs to go to Sydney, absolutely, but we just weren't ourselves tonight at all. I think we came in really, we looked good offensively. Well, I actually wasn't even that happy with our offense in the first half, but it was all defensively for us. It wasn't leading to our normal stuff, and we're much better than what we showed tonight. It was a shame. We looked flat and tired.
Can I just check that? It is. Sorry. Apologies. You've been up for a long time, obviously 7 straight wins. Did you sense even before this game that was anything wrong, or was it just a case of it's obviously hard in a league as tough as this to stay at your peak for a long period of time?
No, I was a little worried about the fact that we've had that 9 players, including Mills, in a real click, and taking her out when she's done such a phenomenal job for us defensively. Like her, Ames, Nat, Steph really work well together, and we had that chemistry there. And you take Mills out, and I was a little worried about that, and I think that did hurt us a little bit tonight. Definitely, just that extra guard. I struggled. We were a bit more top heavy tonight, and it just wasn't a bigs game for us tonight, I don't think. So that really hurt us, I think, a little bit. So that's easy to fix. We'll be back to full strength after Christmas. So yeah, look, it's disappointing. I think we're still better than that though. So yeah.
I think the board counts 52-33, which would obviously be disappointing for you. What is that, a mindset thing or physical thing? What contributes to that?
Yeah, as I said, we just looked tired. It was very much like their stats tonight have been like what our stats have been. Credit to them. Every single player that came in was hungry. They played like they desperately wanted that win, and we didn't, which is really disappointing. So, because you can never have enough wins, and going into the break, it feels a bit flattish that we've got to sit on that for 3 weeks, but that's okay. I mean, I know no one's seen the best of us yet, and we're never quite at full strength, so which a lot of other teams can say too, of course, but it is hard. We have been in that click with that group, and it got a bit broken tonight in our guard rotation, but it's lots to learn from always, and at the end of the day, we're still sitting a game clear at top of the ladder, and we've earned that, and we've played really well, and we'll focus more on that.
Now, from a player's perspective, from what Larissa was saying, did it feel flat out on the floor there? Or?
I think we allowed ourselves to get into a exchanging buckets game with them in the first half, and then they stepped up their defense in the shots we were hitting, taking in the first half we were hitting, but in the second half we weren't hitting those, and so we needed to step up our defensive intensity. We just could never really get those 2-3 stops in a row to get our offense going, and so it showed.
Is it good to have a little bit of a break over the Christmas period and refresh, or would you have preferred to kind of kept on playing then?
I think from the rest of our team's point of view, I think it's a good time for a break. We got a couple niggles here and there for everybody on the team, and it'll be a good break. And I think one of my teammates mentioned that sitting at top is good, but having this loss might have been a good wake-up call for us. We're not invincible. We still have a lot to work on, and going into the break, it's good.
Larissa, you said we hadn't seen the best of the Rangers yet. I mean, obviously some of that has to do with personnel, and you've never really had kind of your full rotation. That apart, is there any specific aspects of your game that you really want to improve on going into the new year there?
Look, consistency is one that I wouldn't call tonight inconsistent. I would call tonight flat, and I think that's showing that we didn't get back until Monday morning, and this week's been really flat. I've just been trying to recover bodies and get it through, but I think that sounds really drab, doesn't it? Recover bodies, sorry, bodies to recover. But again, every team's in that situation, but I think just that extra week travel, that's what it looked like. Their legs were heavy tonight. So in terms of the things that we need to keep working on, it's just getting that consistency going, putting our best foot forward each time. I think Nat has still been on really heavy restrictions with training, as has Ali. So once we get through the Christmas break, all those things will naturally just help with the little inconsistencies when we've got a full team back in there training together. So,
Nat, you and Ali have missed a fair bit of basketball there. I mean, do you kind of feel personally you're getting back to full match fitness now?
Yes, outside of my cardio, I feel like I'll get that the next 3 weeks or so. But yeah, I do feel like I'm getting back to where I was. I've missed a lot of games, and so I feel eager and ready to get going, and so personally I would want to keep playing, but yeah, I think it's a good break for all of us, and I'm looking forward to the second half of the season for sure, personally.
Last thing for me, Coach, can you just clarify in terms of the injury situation with the roster at the moment? So who have you still got to come back there?
Everyone's technically back now,
Yeah.
I think. It's just having everybody off restrictions. So we've still got a fair few sitting out of training and not being able to train full time and just keep that momentum going. So that's why I'm unbelievably proud of what they've achieved over the last 3 weeks. If everyone could see the training and the restrictions and just the players that have stepped up, they just had an off night tonight, and credit to Sydney, they had a fantastic game tonight and a lot of girls stepped up. So we'll focus on the positives and go back and rest and recover, and we'll have I think our full squad should be back in after Christmas, which will be fantastic.
Good one. Thank you, ladies. Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Thank you.